Hello, and welcome to this new episode of Bananas to Liberation. For this episode, we actually have a lot of goals. First, the most important one will be to finish this tutorial and hit level 200. Because at level 200, there's many important game mechanics that we learn and we'll have to do for pretty much the rest of our adventure. But before any of that, once you reach level 100, you'll find out that mobs are a lot stronger than they once used to be, and upgrading your equipment will become more and more mandatory in a way. So for the early game, there's really two things you really want to focus on: doing your daily bosses that we'll talk a bit more about later in this video, and leveling up your character to level 200. A training guide can help you know all the good maps to level up, but once I'm level 115, what I like to do is train at the Lion King's castle, because the monster there give a familiar card that gives 1% attack, which might not seem like much, but every percent is a good percent. Starting from level 140, all of the monsters will now drop level 140 equipment, which is the highest level equipment that you can get from monster drop. So what I would suggest is, as soon as you get some equipment that has a pretty good flames slash potential depending on what you're looking for, star force it to at least 10 stars, because good leveling maps, good grinding maps are all available at higher star force number. After that, having different pages for your hyperstats and link skills, depending on if you're bossing or training, becomes more and more mandatory, more so if you're trying to solo or min clear some content. Usually, when bossing, you want to look at crit rate, crit damage, IED, boss damage, and attack lines and main stat. For training, everything that helps you one-shotting mobs, so crit rate also, crit damage, normal monster damage, and EXP are all pretty important stats to get as high as possible. When looking to upgrade your gear, there is two main ways to do that. The first one is by star forcing, which is confirmed gains if you do manage to get more stars. The other one, which is a bit more luck based, is potential. There are 4 ranks for potential, going from rare, epic, unique, and legendary, and as you climb those ranks, the better the potential will be. Be it both potential and Star Force, MapleStory often has events which helps you by bettering your odds to get good lines or more stars. For example, that Sunday there was a miracle time which doubled the chance of your item ranking up, and this time it was for accessories. So because of that, I was trying to blitz through the level and the content so I would be able to get as many accessories as possible in a day, so I would be able to utilize this event. For early bosses, they don't require much to actually clear them, but in general, having 400,000 as a damage range would allow you to clear most of the important bosses to get your early gear. One easy ring that you can get is the NLC ring that you can get starting level 160 by doing a killing mission at NLC. Kia's Horntail has a chance to drop a ring, two different pendant, and in some earrings. Because those are equipments dropped by a boss, they have a higher chance of getting good flames. Flames are bonus stats that come with the equipments, and the higher they are, the better the equipment is. Because of that, most of the time, boss equipment is used well into your first weeklies. So, I don't think it's a waste to spend more money or more resources on those accessories because you would probably keep them for a very long time before changing them or turn them into drop gear at a later time. The second daily boss you want to do is Magnus. Magnus has a chance to drop a badge that will be used well into the late game, a shoulder that can be a pretty good spot holder until you get your Absolab, and a cape that's also a pretty good spot holder until you get your Absolab cape. The third one is Arcarium. He has a chance to drop two different pendant, one which I think is better than the Chaos Horntail pendant, and another one which is more rare that's useful even in the late game.
Still blind to the difference between courage and carelessness, I suppose I should thank you.
The fourth boss is Pink Bean. Pink Bean drops a belt, a face if you're very lucky, and a pocket item. The fifth one is One Leon and can be done every day for two different reasons. The first one is by collecting the accessories and getting 10, you can go talk to an NPC that will transform those 10 accessories into a ring that is honestly pretty good until you get either a better ring or an event ring to replace it. The second reason is by defeating the boss you get coins that can be exchanged for level 130 equipment, which do get boss flames, so are better than the level 140 Pencilier equipment. There's also one more boss that I forgot to showcase, which is Zaku, that gives an eye and a face accessory. So by doing those daily bosses, you can get 2 rings, 3 different pendants, a belt, a pocket slot, 2 different accessories, earrings, shoulder, and a badge. To complete your set, you would only need 2 more rings and equipment, but those can also be filled up by the Von Liang set if this is something you wish to go for. Other than training, another content that can give you a lot of experience is Monster Park. You have one free clear every day, but through the cash shop, you can buy yourself 6 Monster Park ticket for a grand total of 7 runs per day, which gives massive amount of EXP even on higher level. Maple Story is a really grind heavy game, but most of the time event comes through that eases the grind a lot, more so for the lower level. I wanted to grind for the level that was missing when I was level 180, but I realized that with the event that we currently have, there is a coin shop that lets you buy ticket to go to a special map where you have to kill 1,000 mob that gives a massive amount of EXP. You can buy 5 every week or so, I think. And so using 5 ticket, I finally managed to reach level 200. So now, it was time for the 5th job advancement quest. For this quest, you have to speak to the 3 goddess of Maple World, which is the Grandis, the Maple, and the Tyrannarium one. The quests are really easy, you just have to find their portals. One is in Pantheon, the other one is in Helicis next to Athena Pierce, and the final one is in the World Tree next to Six-Packed Crossway. And after completing the quest line, you come back to the Guardian of Time to get your 5th job advancement. Reaching 200 really announced the start of the real Maple Story in a way, but reaching that level shouldn't be a race, in my humble opinion. There's a lot of important concept that has to be understood before reaching level 200, because at that level a lot more concepts and content are being added on that are crucial to help you with a good progression. I might do a little video or another video to explain things like Star Force, flame scores, and potential. Tell me if you do want a video, but reaching level 200 really should be a slow and conscious progress. So when you finally feel ready and when you have basically completed your equipments, there is just one more thing to do. Enter the Arcane River. That will be it for today's episode. As if you liked my content, give it a like and subscribe for another video. I know I've been slacking for a little bit because I said every week, but I've been working on other things on the side. But I can't wait to see you guys next week, maybe. Take care.